Hello guys, I'm Peter. Welcome to the channel of Peter. If you really enjoyed this video, you can subscribe to my channel. Thanks. This series focused on China and everything of this ancient country. I furthered my study in Britain after my graduation from a good university in China. I could understand the gaps between your imagination about China and the real one. I want to bridge the gap between the Westerners and Chinese people. Every episode, I will introduce a topic, making you understand more about this country from the eyes of a local, authentic citizen of China. Today, let's talk about the picture, Taiji. Why? This picture has really long history. China has a long history, nobody can deny it, right? But a lot of elements have been lost during the long period. For example, during the Cultural Revolution between 1966 and 1976, you had some very weird expressions and words. Nowadays, we don't use them anymore. But Taiji is different. It has really profound impact on China as well as other Oriental countries. Now you can see the Taiji picture from the national flag of South Korea. It proves the importance of this pattern. If you could understand Taiji, you will definitely know how to deal with affairs in China, and you also know why Chinese government handle the international affairs in that way. It shows the deepest spirit between the exterior world and interior mental process. You can get in touch with the real Chinese psychological activity through this picture. First of all, the shape is a circle. Circle means harmony in China. Think about the traditional Chinese food, like mooncakes and sweet dumplings. The shape of them are round. In the past, the Chinese people only ate this special food at special festivals. But nowadays, with the freezing technology, you can buy them in their supermarket nearby anytime. Meanwhile, they are the symbols of Mid-Autumn Day and the Lantern Festival. The Chinese families like to get together or reunite together to celebrate these festivals. When the families sit at a table to talk about the personal stories and happy moments in their life, it is always harmonious scene. It is an ultimate happiness for most of the Chinese people. Another example, when you watch the Beijing Olympic opening ceremony, you could see the Chinese performers showed one of the four great inventions called printing technique. The Chinese character which they displayed at the end of the show was He, means peace and harmony. The ancient Chinese philosophers understood this concept thoroughly. The harmony between nature and human, the harmony in their families, the harmony in our society, and the harmony between different countries. So you could see the first Chinese high-speed train was named Harmony. From this point, I believe you could learn about the meaning of a circle, right? The second aspect about the Taiji picture is that it was divided into two parts, black and white, called yin and yang, but the line is not straight diameter, but curved. Even though the two parts are equal in areas, it shows a very wise Chinese philosophy. I could give you an example about the trade war between the US and China. The US President Donald Trump believed that China was a bigger beneficiary in the process of import and export sectors between the two countries. So he wanted to raise a higher tariff to narrow the gap. Even though China government was not satisfied about that, they insist, China sacrificed the environment, resources depletion, and astonishing low labor price. China don't like the direct conflict. We always use indirect ways to soothe the conflict. Chinese believe there are always more methods than problems. It doesn't mean Chinese people are afraid of superpower, authority, or superiority. They always want to use flexibility to find a common sense. So you could see the two parts from China and America negotiated many rounds to reach a balance. The route is not straight, but curved. After bargaining, conferences, and yielding, both parts can accept the solution and make a deal. It is also true in our life. You could not reach your goal from A to B directly. We have to admit that there are some interesting turns or bends on the road. I can tell you a story about myself. After my graduation in Britain, I couldn't make up my mind what to do next. I'd sold jeans in a store and had been tour guide show good restaurants and museums to the visitors who came from mainland China. There were some unbelievable turning points in my life, and now here I am to make videos. So the life route is also curved. If you understand that, you will see Chinese people could use these theories to comfort themselves. Thirdly, from Taiji picture, you will see a shape of white in the black part and vice versa. It means there is nothing absolute in the world. The positive beginning will end with the tragedies, but the awful things could be transformed into a happy ending. Use the same example of the trade war. Apparently, Trump raised the tariff directly and got thousands of billion dollars from China. America got the money easily, but it also has bright side for China. China used the trade war to educate the whole people in his country. The people also learned that the US was not a stable market permanently. So it is too early to celebrate the success of the opening and reform policy. And it is not the exact time to say that China has finished its renaissance. The trade war is a little bit like a reminder. Remind the Chinese government and people of low key. It is not the time to be flashy or overconfident. You see, this is the power of Taiji. Okay, if you have any questions or want to share with me, you can comment below or send emails to me. See you next time. Bye.